Welcome to It's About Rugby League. Today we're going to discuss a major talking point in the world of rugby league, particularly over this side of the world this week, and it's all about St Helens and their decision to rest players against London before their Challenge Cup semi-final. Now, people are saying this is unfair really on the teams who are in a relegation battle with London, because it is, albeit this time it was on a bigger scale, it is the second time St Helens have rested players against London this season. Up to 10 players rested. London went on to win 32-12. They're now level on points with Hull KR with Leeds. So I think the question is, should St Helens be fined for this? Is it the right thing to do?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
No, they shouldn't be. I think there's a difference, right? So the rules, as it states, the principal purpose of the IFL's rules on full strength teams is to ensure the integrity of each match and the game in general, a level playing field throughout the competition, and that no team gains an unfair advantage or disadvantage. Right, in this case, and I do think you have to look at these things case by case, not over the course of, or they rested 12 and they rested 12, so it's the same thing. You've got to look at it from the point of view of each individual case. St Helens, for one, prepared for a Challenge Cup semi-final. Yes, albeit against Halifax, but we saw what Halifax could do.
Yeah.
So there's no qualms there. Halifax got in the face of St Helens, and St Helens were probably right to be prepared for that game. Two, there's a 4G pitch there in London that is going to cause. It was at London, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There's a 4G pitch at London that can cause a lot of injuries, and we've seen it throughout the year. Knee grazes and serious knee injuries.
You see them on Twitter all the time.
And so for that to, and when you're coming into a run-in where that includes a potential treble, there's no way you're risking your best players on a condition like that. And for me, three, it's not just about like what the team you're playing against is doing, it's about what you're doing. So for example, if this was a game where St Helens had to win the League Leaders Shield and London had to win to stay up, and St Helens rested 13 players and then London won, that's affecting the integrity of the competition, because that is you purposely losing one trophy to give an advantage to the team staying up or getting rid of another team. Yeah. In this case, the League Leaders Shield is wrapped up. It's done. They've done their job. They're preparing for a massive run-in for the Challenge Cup and the Super League, which they in all realism bottled last year.
Mm-hmm.
Should have won last year. They didn't do it. So they're preparing themselves mentally and physically for those two challenges, because they want to walk away with 3 trophies this year.
But is it a level playing field? That's a question, because St Helens will, I've still got to play Leeds. They'll go to Leeds in a few weeks' time and most likely play a full strength team. Is that a level playing field?
Well, for me, I agree totally with Sean. They shouldn't be fined. There shouldn't be any punishment here. St Helens should be able to play anyone that's in there. Any player that's registered. That's why they're registered. They're all. It's a squad for a reason. But yeah, I agree. It does make a mockery of the league. That's twice now St Helens have gone and rested a few the time they went before. They got beat. This time they've rested 13 players or 10, 13 players, whatever it is. They've gone and lost again. I think, again, Sean mentioned the pitch. I think that's probably as big a factor as the fact that they had a big game the week after. I think there's certain players that won't play on them pitches. I think Lomax is definitely, it looks like he's one of them. Anyone, who can be, injury tend to be injury prone. They tend to get out. Wigan used to do it all the time with Tompkins. He never very rarely played at Widnes. But it makes a mockery of the league. They've got 4 points against St Helens that probably nobody else is going to get. We have to accept that, and St Helens have earned the right to take whatever team they want down there. But we have to accept that. I don't think you can fine them. I don't think you can punish them in any way. It is entirely up to them. And I don't know what the answer to this is, but the Challenge Cup seems to do this every year. It's a fabulous competition, but towards the end of the season it makes a mockery of the league, because you've got all these teams playing scratch teams the week before. It'll be the same for the final. They'll probably be putting scratch teams out then as well. I don't know who they're playing.
And play against Leeds.
Well, and Leeds, but then Hull KR will be disadvantaged, won't they? And Huddersfield and Wakefield. It does make a mockery of the league. I don't know what the answer is. I don't think you can blame anybody. It's one of them things. I think you probably just have to look at it and think, yeah, okay, London have got a bit lucky there.
I think it seems like a bit of a silly thing to have in there, because how can anybody determine at that point what St Helens full strength team is? Like, particularly you mentioned the surface. St Helens might argue that on that service, this group of players we sent there are better on that service than the usual team we play. So
I think that's possible, but I think we can all safely assume that the players that played in the fit players that played in the semi-final.
Obviously, yeah.
So I think we could, but I think integrity is the wrong word to use, because if you look at integrity, you're thinking, well, the Saints do that for a reason, to help London. I think that there's nothing about that. They did this for themselves, and it's their complete right to do that. But as I said, we have to. It does make a mockery. It's a shame for the teams at the bottom, but I suppose we have to say, well, I think London probably got away with one there.
And I think it's perhaps an advantage of the League Leaders Shield in a way. Like people, like I said, they make a mockery of winning the League Leaders Shield these days.
Yeah.
And in a way, because it's not up there as, if St Helens finished top and that was the Super League title sewn up, there was no playoffs or anything, would they have played like a weakened team? Maybe not. They would have wanted to get the title sewn up as quickly as possible, but because the League Leaders Shield isn't viewed as the be-all and end-all, Justin Holbrook's thinking, well, yeah, we'll probably win that anyway. Not we need to win that. We need to go there full strength. Well, we'll probably win that anyway.
Justin Holbrook knows what he needs to win.
Yeah, exactly.
He knows what he needs to win. He can't leave St Helens after 2 years and be called a success if he's won 2 League Leaders Shield.
Yeah.
It won't happen. He needs to go to St Helens. He needs to win a major trophy, and he knows that.
Well, if we question the integrity of the competition, well, I think they need to look at a way of making the League Leaders Shield more important to stop teams doing this.
I think, like I said, I don't think it's integrity. I don't think integrity is an issue at all in this. I think if you mentioned that, I think that's, as we said, that strengths to think that this was done for a reason other than to help St Helens. I perfectly accept that, and like Sean, they were playing Halifax the week after, and this adds more to how well Halifax played, because no one can say that St Helens took them lightly or were complacent, because the week before in the main competition they rested 2/3 of the squad. I think again, another I've mentioned a shot. I think another thing about this, it mentions a lot about the strength and depth at St Helens. I think we saw on Saturday with Lachlan Coote in the not in the side, and putting Lomax the fullback, that really affected Saints going forward. Lomax has been the best half. Hastings and Austin have got all the plaudits this year, but Lomax has been the best half by a long way in Super League for me this year. I think that really affected them, and they took the basic. Teams have gone to places with 10 or 12 players out this year and probably put up a better fight than that. Yeah. I think St Helens will be quite lucky with injuries, and I hope they do, because obviously we won't see the best players fit and playing. Yeah. But I think 2 or 3 injuries in certain positions for St Helens, and I think they'll be getting quite worried.
Yeah, I do think the one thing I would say, I do think it's unfair for people to keep bringing up the fact that London have got 4 points against St Helens, because the earlier game in the season, it wasn't in the same circumstances as this. Okay, they rested 4 or 5 players.
Yeah.
But in that circumstance, they still had almost their starting lineup out, and London fairly won that game.
Definitely.
This one is obviously a different scenario, but to just bring up the fact they won 4 points is rude on London, because London deserved that first victory and worked very hard for it.
Cracking game as well, to be fair.
And another thing to add actually is one of the. I don't think any club has actually been vocal about it. It's mainly just been supporters, hasn't it? And I think it's been Hull KR fans who've been quite vocal about this and unhappy about this. But in 2015, before Hull KR played in the Challenge Cup final, they actually rested players.
Yeah.
So I think that might be brought up by
I don't think. I think we'll expect
every team in the competition putting St Helens in this position would have done
exactly the same. And I don't think you can blame them. But we have to say it does make a mockery of a league, that But it is what it is. I think we just have to move on. And for me, I think the bigger issue is the time of the Challenge Cup, which has too much effect on the end of the season.
Yeah. Well, that's what we think, guys. What do you think about this? Do you think St Helens should be punished for this? If so, how should they be punished? But if not, do you think it's right that teams should be able to rest players? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell.